Hi YouTube, it's Madeline or Maddie Gab 2012. How are you guys doing today? I'm here on spring break. Yay! First day, first official day of spring break. Woohoo! And coming to you with my week 21 update for VSG. I had VSG on October 14th, 2013, and here in Houston, Texas. And my starting weight, when I went to see the nutritionist and surgeon, I guess my highest recorded weight would be 253-ish. And then when I started my pre-op diet on September 30th, I was actually 247 or point 0.4. Yes, that's correct. And then on the pre-op diet, I did 2 weeks. And date of surgery, October 14th, I weighed in at 237-ish. I lost just shy of 10 pounds exactly, so about 237-ish. And then last week I came in with a weight of 177. This week, happy to announce, I come in with a weight of 175.2 for a 1.8 pound loss. So I will take that and be happy with that. It seems like I'm losing probably about 1.5 to 2 pounds a week, which I think is good because you don't want to lose it too rapidly. And I've never lost huge amounts of weight, even like a week or so after surgery. I think the largest amount I've lost in like a week has been maybe 10 pounds or something like that. But after those first couple of weeks after surgery, it's been a steady 2 to 3 pounds. I don't think I've had like big chunks like a 5 pound, even though I'd like to have that. Yay! But I don't think I've ever had like a 5 pound. I've lost like 4 or whatever. But right now, I'm this period, almost being 5 months out, I'm doing probably 1.5 to 2 pounds, maybe even a little over 2 pounds a week, which is good. Slow and steady wins the race. So let's see. Wanted to talk today about a non-scale victory. I was looking at, been watching some videos of the Proof Weight Loss Works channel. And they were talking this week about non-scale victories or NSVs, and I actually had one yesterday, and I realized it in the midst of it. Hey, this is a non-scale victory, and my church. Well, actually, right now this is rodeo time in Houston, so the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo is going on, and that's a big deal, and so. My church works out at the rodeo in the concession stands every year to raise money. It's a big fundraiser for us. So this year was my first year, and I volunteered to run, or to, not to run, but to work out there. And so on Saturday, I had a non-scale victory where I woke up in the morning before having to go to the rodeo and walked 5 miles, and so I was happy with that. The next day, Sunday, I walked the 5 miles, and then later that day, went to work at the rodeo for about 5 or 6 hours, standing on my feet, and walking out of the of Reliance Center, I could feel that I'd been standing on my feet for that long, but anyway. Was still able the next morning to get up, and I did not exercise that morning. I thought it best not to, but then when I went that afternoon, we worked the 5 hours or whatever, and then walking back, I was walking with a group. And if you know anything about the arrangement of the rodeo and the stadium and all that stuff, to actually get to the spot where you're supposed to work from where the shuttle drops you off probably is like a third of a mile, maybe half a mile, about a third of a mile, maybe, probably, from the area where I walked. So, the real NSV, I think, was when we were leaving. After having worked the 5 hours or so, I was with a group of people, and I was able to walk at a group pace, which was kind of fast because my legs, usually I'm short, my legs are short, and so I don't walk very fast normally. And so I was able to walk at this group pace with people who were walking a little bit faster and carry on a conversation without being winded and without even breaking a sweat. So I was like, whoa, I'm carrying on a full conversation, walking, not even breaking a sweat. So I thought that was really a really good NSV to share with you. And it was kind of like in the middle of walking, it's like, wait a minute, hey. And I thought back to the time where if this had been a year ago, when if I would have volunteered last year, it wouldn't have been that way. Oh, also, we were working on the 5th floor of the Reliance Center, and to get down, now I took the elevator up, but I had to walk down 5 flights of stairs to get out of the venue, and that would have killed me. Even though it had been going down, it's still, having to do the stairs. And then after doing that, being able to get to the ground floor, walk back that distance, carried on a full conversation, was just wonderful. And so I was really proud of myself for that one. Still working on the training for the race. I've decided to not do the half marathon, but there's a local one in May, the second weekend of May, in my city, in the actual city suburb where I live. And it's a 10K, so I'm going to sign up for that 10K and do that, let that be my christening for this race thing. And I emailed them to see how much time they were giving us to finish the race, because I figured even if I walk and ran, then if I did a run walk, then I could still do it in about an hour and a half, or maybe a little less than that. So I'm hoping that they will give us at least 2 to 3 hours to finish the 10K. And so I think that'll be a good start, because it's close, it's actually in my town, and so I'm not having to make arrangements, travel plans, and all that kind of stuff. Because I had, another thing I wanted to talk about was, because I had such a tight weekend, and I knew, eating would be strange, then what I did do is I got the Isopure 20-ounce bottles of Isopure. They're not the shakes. They're like the flavored drinks, like a Gatorade or a Powerade type thing, but they're Isopure makes them, and they're in the glass bottles, 20 ounce, that have the 40 grams. I got a couple of those to help me get in the protein during the weekend, because I knew I was going to be so jam-packed and full. And those were actually pretty good. I'm glad that I did that, because they had more protein than just the shake alone, because when I make my Isopure shakes, I only use 1 scoop and not 2. So it helped me to get in the protein that I needed, even with being on this weird eating schedule. And I also packed the bars. I think I talked to you about that last week, about packing the bars. And I was able to just go take a bite of a bar and then get back to work, because we really don't get breaks during that time. So it all worked out. I think kind of thinking ahead of time and planning ahead of time really, really helped. And I think that's one of the things on this journey that we have to do. Even if we don't write it down or record it anywhere, we always have to have that plan in mind. So I think that's all I wanted to talk about myself. I've been enjoying your videos. Wanted to do a shout out to Changing Before Your Eyes Tony, if she's watching this. I don't know if she does or not, but just to stay encouraged, and it'll get better. I know right now it's tough, but it will get better. Just hang in there, and be encouraged, pray, do what you need to do to keep yourself together and make this time really all about you and keeping yourself together so that you can be there for others when this period is over. So anyway, I wanted to just leave you with that, and again saying I'm enjoying everyone's video. Enjoyed the food haul by Billy, and I like the food, and Hope VSG also does really good food hauls because it gives you some idea. If you're like me, I don't particularly like to grocery shop, don't particularly like to cook, but it gives you, those food hauls will help give me different ideas of what I could do. So anyway, alrighty, well, I'll leave you with that. Hope you all are having a wonderful day and have a wonderful week. If you're on spring break, enjoy yourselves, but be safe. And I will come to you next week, hopefully with some more good news. Thanks. Bye-bye.